Good morning. It's me, Angie from Learn Love Tarot, to bring you messages of direction towards your best and highest good using the energies of the daily moon cycle and the planetary energy bodies around us. This message is timeless as energy is cyclical. So do know that whenever you find it is when you are meant to. Thank you in advance for sharing your energy with me by subscribing to the channel so that the messages align with you energetically. And if you find anything contained in today's message that resonates with you, please hit the like button and leave a comment to let me know. You can learn more about me and how to book personal reading by going to my homepage. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here. Happy, I was almost going to say Wednesday, Freudian slip there. It is indeed Thursday, April 3rd of 2025. And that brings us an energy of 16 by adding the 4 plus 3 plus 9 energies together. That is the energy of the Tower. And that is a Mars-based energy of action that would rule over Aries and Scorpio. Now, when we add the 1 and 6 together to get the 7 of the Chariot, that is all about moon energy and Cancerian energy. So it is a 7-day, it's the 7th chakra, our crown, our energy around us that we send out signals to the universe about what we would like more of. So why I'm always saying be careful what pentacles we put in the wishing well, because then we're going to get more of that. Now, what I wanted to note, and I will check that in a second, I was woken up. We had the biggest thunderstorm, you guys, huge, and it was at 1:51 a.m. So I do want to look at that angel number. We do have the path of change, and I like to say growth, because any kind of change, or sometimes even just that word, is a little scary to people. Hold on, let me get my Palo Santo out here. There we go. Okay, we didn't expect that to go off so smoky there. All right, so our angel number 439 is going to be posted later on my community post under the posts tab if you'd like to check out these notes and what else I have posted up there today. I did post a graphic yesterday, how we talked about this beautiful energy. I think I even put yummy in the middle of it. Good morning. Hi, guys. And I want you to check in your own charts. It's all about this 24. That 24 keeps coming back. And I posted the graphic to show you where to look in your chart, because this is where Uranus is going to be sitting. It will be perfecting tomorrow, meaning we will come to the exact 00 minutes of that perfection, right? It'll be at that number. So it'll be 24 degrees something. We shall see. We're going to have Mars here sextiling Uranus, as well as Saturn, Daddy Saddy, sextiling Uranus. And then these two beautiful water energies are going to create a flow, and it feels like it's pushing that up to Uranus here. And as a matter of fact, I'm just thinking of it now on my the Numinous deck, where it teaches us about each of the planets. There's a big thunder lightning bolt on the Uranus card. So maybe that's I don't think anything's an accident. So we shall see where that goes. Now, in addition, today, I started listing for you. We're going to be talking more about, I'm going to have a very special guest soon about Sabian, not only Sabian symbols, but how the tarot cards and the different decans represent each of those pie pieces, as in, you hear me say, for example, 2, 3, 4s are the cardinal energies. So the 2s would be the first 10 degrees, the 3s, the second 10, and then the 4s would be the third set of 10 of each piece of pie. And they're associated with cards here. And with all this Pisces energy being in the last decan of Pisces, that's going to be the 10 of water. And that is the 10 of cups. So we have this beautiful trine here, energy of the 10 of cups. We have it here 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and it's connected to the North Node. So we also do see here what is healing in the Chiron energy would be the last section, right? 20 to 30 degrees of fire. So that would be the 4 of Wands. So healing these one-to-one personal, interpersonal relationships. In addition, today, my advice for the day is it feels a little bit crunchy. It feels a little bit, thunderstruck. Kept coming to mind, the thong thunderstruck. And then I did write get ish done early today, because once that moon hits void of course around 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, we will have the void of course moon in Gemini squaring, right? That's when we picture 2 little stick figures around the square pushing equally. So we have Pisces energy pushing against Gemini energy. And when they push with equal force, that's how we learn our Sabian lessons through challenge. What is also interesting is that we've got a double number here. They are squaring, they are perfecting that square at 27 degrees, 27 minutes. We round up to the symbol of a 28, which I'll talk about what is fighting each other over here. But this is a 99, right? So we're coming back to that 99 problems kind of day. So my recommendation is to get stuff done early, especially any kind of electronics, conversations, messages. Allow more time for your travel, especially on your way home for your work day. Now by 6:30, right in the middle of our date night tonight at 6, that void of course ends, and we'll have the moon entering Cancer. And y'all know I love my Cancer moon. Not quite as much as a Pisces moon and Scorpio moon, but my spidey senses are definitely heightened when the moon is in any kind of water energy. And as I came over here, this was a little bit of a sticky wicket, I gotta admit, here to try to figure out what this square is happening with that void of course moon. This is the themes here of these 2 symbols. So it's like evaluation is squaring the realization of faith here. And what I came up with, I'd love for you guys to check out the notes so that you can look at it yourself. But when I went through the prior lessons and what is this all about? Why is this square here? What's happening is the Gemini energy of trial and error of life processes, right? Clearing space and time so we can try new things is going to be challenging fulfilling our desire. We want to do these things. We want to try new things, right? But then we have this square there happening that's kind of not blocking filling our desires, but it is teaching us how to fulfill our desires through challenge. And it's about releasing the non-essentials again, so we can clear space for our hands to be open so the universe can fill them, right? And then additionally, not until technically tomorrow, we're already feeling the energy here at 2:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will have Mercury retrograde lining up with the North Node of Destiny. So we have this 10 of Cups energy here conjoining or coming together right now over me. Is that Beatles? And my Channy planner is calling that the truth serum. So I'm like, okay, that's very interesting. So how I summed up this energy, guys, it was like, I want to try on all these new hats, but it is challenging me to clear the space, is challenging my fulfillment of desire. It's like I'm trying to hang on to the bumper of the old thing, but then I know I want this other thing, so I know I have to let go in order for my hand to be filled. But those two things are very challenging for us for whatever reason. And then as I was thinking of, okay, so it's just trying on new hats, I got Joe Cocker's "You Can Leave Your Hat On." And I was like, okay, meow. Who, this is like, I don't think the original intention, I read that the original was written by Randy Newman. That was released on 12/15/1972. So I was just a little babin. I was only 6 months old at that time, before that Christmas. And look at this. The album was titled "Sail Away." And for me, you guys know that sailboats are indicative of soulmate energies, of people coming in. And so what I wrote is that the Three of Wands is going to be approaching the harbor. Okay. And let's see, in addition to that, because we have our sun in Aries here at the Sabian symbol of 14 degrees moving into towards 15 degrees. So our symbol for today is an Indian weaving a blanket. And this is about discovering the importance and joy of sanctifying life. Okay, life itself. Again, gratitude, all about the things we are thankful for. You will see in my pictures today, my daughter Bristol got me these cutest little gratitude cards. And the one I pulled for us today is that I am grateful for my creativity that makes me unique. Okay, so we might see some rabbits, because I love my how do you catch a special rabbit joke. Unique up on him. So maybe this shock or this lightning bolt kind of sneaks up on us. We didn't know that our manifestation was kind of pulling into the harbor today. Maybe that's what the sun is going to be showing us here. And we shall see. Additionally, the minutes of that song were 3 minutes and 18 seconds, which is our Empress energy of today's date. And then the 18 would be that energy of the moon. So, coincidence? I think not. So what you can do, guys, is check your charts for this energy here to see where this surprise might be happening in your life. You're going to be looking for 24, and then you're going to be pointing the point at Uranus at 24 degrees Taurus. You may have Uranus somewhere else in your chart, probably do. But anything that's especially around 23 to 25 degrees, any of these planets are going to be pinged by this energy, okay, by that trine and by those sextiles. So let's see where we'll go today. This is a very interesting energy. Again, it feels like, okay, it's like definitely meow worthy. Okay. And you can do what you want. It's your business. Maybe send me an email with it if you're doing some kind of special fun regarding You Can Leave Your Hat On. But as I wrote down the path of change today, my left ear started squeezing. And then also, as I wrote down that it was the seventh chakra, which is our crown chakra around us, our vibrational frequency we emit. I also started getting a beepy there. So that was my squeezy and that was my beepy. So something about this, oh my gosh, maybe some kind of enlightenment happens today. But we do have Neptune at the energy of the Two of Wands, of the ask, the choice, releasing non-essential involvements to clear space. Are we going to hang on to the old? We can't hang on to the old at the same time we want to welcome the new. Okay. So that's the energy of today, as far as how I feel the energy and interpret it for you. But again, let's get our stuff done early so that we don't have to deal with any kind of extra 99 problems, and we don't want to pull another one in. So let's see where we go, guys. Very, very interesting energy. Let's try to see what this is all about here. I'm so excited for when I post my community post today, because I'm going to have a picture of my new motherboard. I tore down my whole table last night, washed the tablecloth and reset everything else up. And I got another new little plastic component so that all of my planets and their Sabian symbols are tucked away. And that way that doesn't have to keep moving, and it gives me more smooth space to open up. So you'll get to see my motherboard. So good morning to you guys. You think so, Liz? Well, guess whose idea that was? That's going to all be in there too. So good morning to Miss Peg, Miss Judy. Hello, beautiful Liz and Jonna. Thank you guys so much for being here. Welcome, Car Girl, 1188. Love the 11 and love the 88. The music message gal too. You get messages. Well, welcome in. You have found a wonderful group of people here, if I don't say so myself. Hopefully I'm part of that collaborative energy, but I do give them a ton of credit for being so warm and welcoming. And you guys, that's why I haven't minded building slow, because I know that y'all are the OGs, right? I am approaching 500, which is very exciting to me, of course. And I want to figure out something special that if you are one of my first 500 subscribers, we're going to be doing we'll do some kind of party action happening there. Good morning, Jennifer. Hi, guys. All right. Oh, okay. So on the bottom of the deck, the 9, the initiation, the crossing. This is where we move from, okay, I got to open my hand so I can step into something new and cross this bridge to the other side. Okay. God, I can't get that Joe Cocker out of my head. Maybe I'll tell you sometime on date night what fun I had with that song. But then I might have to swear you to secrecy. Okay. The top of the deck, we've got, oh, wow, look at that. So I pulled this card several times, but we do have the 15 symbol here showing up with the 6 energy of the lovers from yesterday. And, I follow the energy. It's like a story. You should not see, at least not for me anyway, like drastic changes day by day. I'm following the cycle on a continuous path, right? We're going up to that full moon. We reach the halfway point on Saturday at that first quarter moon. Then we have our full moon in Libra, third quarter moon halfway down. And then at that bottom where we get off the ride and get on another one, or get back in line and go up the same one, that is going to be our new moon in Taurus. So check this out, moving out of stagnation. And there's this gorgeous yellow energy. So our joy, our solar plexus that is heightened here. So in order to do that, we've got to clear space, right? We've got to put some action and energy into that which we desire to help the universe understand where we're putting our energy. The universe comes in and doubles down and helps us, right? So let's make sure we're doing that, because we're stepping into something all new over here, and it feels very exciting, very beautiful, and I'm here for it. I love it. Again, thanks you guys so much for being here. I'm going to use my last little bit of energy here for the Gemini. So my air deck, this is my nosy deck. Let's see where, look at that. Moving out of stagnation, moving into calmer waters. This is the 6 of Swords here, my Liz Houston Dream Keepers deck. And do you see how up here there's gray and cloudy skies? This is the graphic art design I use for subscriber art spotlight. So if you'd like to share with me any ways that you see art in the world, snap a picture, send it to me. Kids refrigerator art. I post those every Thursday at 5 p.m. before our 6 p.m. live date night, where I pull cards for you all. Look at this. So it's like I can see clearly now the rain is gone. So this spirit, our energy, when we are paying attention to that crown chakra, right, where I got my beepy, the path of change, my left ear squeezy, and this is moving from one place to another, right? So we, as long as we have the desire, we're putting action towards that, what we are manifesting by doing this forward movement, we are moving towards that which we desire so that we can fulfill it. We understand that our free will is there, and it's not we just wait around and see. Our free will dictates that take action towards what we want, right? Yep, take action towards your passion. You can leave your hat on much. Maybe someone's peeping through the keyhole, or this is a memory. We're peeking back into that memory. We're seeing how we have created desire. We have let it boil up, and we have to put those ingredients in, like I was saying, in order to be pulled in a different direction and in order to cross over. Oh, holy crap. Look at this. We got a palindrome underneath. We pulled this yesterday. And like I was just saying, the energy should continue, right? It should be continuous. We've got 5445. Repairing the veil. There's our red thread of destiny. And I feel like that red thread is turning into a whole ass shoelace. We are. And then today I talked about the roller skates. I have that posted. I believe that's today's angel number, because I think it's where we're going up and down. And Spirit is asking us to smooth out our ride, and smooth out our ride. Indeed. Right there. Okay. That's incredible. Okay. So Six of Swords, moving out of stagnation towards the fulfillment of our desire, our Aries fire, the fire starter, right? That's where our sun is. That energy is affecting us all. And then we have, there's the moon energy that I got my ear squeezy on, the crown chakra, and of today's song, can leave your hat on, the 3 and the 18. So Empress moving towards her moon by looking at releasing what non-essentials. Again, see the difference between these two realities, or these two 3Ds. Ooh, squeezy again. Guys, we're on the move. We are on the move by looking at what we haven't wanted to look at before, why we've been in this stagnation energy. We're evaluating it and going, you know what? The only one that can put that hat on and do those high kicks is me. So we better get to getting. And this is regarding some kind of nostalgia. Maybe this is what we're releasing, because I've been seeing that in the cycle a lot. And as far as doing personal readings for folks, I'm getting a surge of energies of moving out of this nostalgia here. And by examining, like, hey, wait a minute, that's kind of keeping me stuck there. Right? These are the energy of the twins. We do have the moon in Gemini, and we've got a 66 happening here. Okay. 616. Okay. And yesterday we had a 696. I also looked up that angel number and posted the graphic for you. Yeah, look at that. Moving in towards a new beginning here. You know what? I'm going to keep everything on the bottom, because when I go through and sage these, I put them in piles of 4, and I crisscrossed, shuffle, 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 and ask that it be set up for our next reading. So this is where we're going here as far as exterior energy. So I want to see what's on the top. I can't not look, since our opportunity here. See how we're looking at our old passions. We got to move back into this creation energy. This is my Dawn card. I feel like, doesn't she look like she could be a relative, a lot like an ancestor of Dawn? I just think she's so cute there in that card. Okay, so in the past energy here, looking at moving away from this nostalgia energy, the opportunity being looking at those dark sides of our moon. And the situation here is all about passion. Gosh, my ear today. All right. In order to accept the new, the full energy, this is what the heart of the energy around us is all about. Seeing the truth, looking inside our moon. The King of Swords, Aquarius energy, he seeks the truth, studies the truth, and he moves forward on his truth. He takes action to that energy toward the truth that as he understands it. Okay, very interesting here. We're going to get these guys anchored down a little bit. All right, new table, adjusting to the new parameters. The block here. Wow, the block here was not healing this pain of where we've been filleted by whoever this was in our past. We were staying there. And this is where we were burying our head in the sand of like, I can't be bothered. I don't wanna. Okay. And it was really brutal here. You can see that her skin is literally kind of filleted open. And she could not see the Ace of Cups, not being able to see the forest for the trees, unable to care for ourselves, perhaps, in the way that Spirit would want us to examine our own heart. So this is saying we were not filling our heart's cup by whatever this past situation was. This could be relatives as well, because they are literal twins in this deck. This is an energy of a swan. So those swans coming up again for us, but this swan song has sung its last song. Okay. And on April 1st, we had that Seven of Pentacles energy with the ballet, with the ballerina, who was also kind of bloody and tattered, and it was opening night. We're moving to opening night, guys. We are moving to opening night. This is not a drill. So the block would have been not repairing. There is the energy of the three sisters of fate, because we have the measuring, we have the cutting, so the allotment. So we have the tools for this healing, but we were just kind of choosing to remain in that energy, that yesteryear, and staying in that pain. And what Spirit wants us to know about the environmental energy, do you see here how in the King of Cups deck, this is a tower energy around him, with today's energy of the tower and the Chariot moving out of that tower energy, right? Even though all this devastation is around him, he still is focused on what is in his heart. This is the diplomat of all of the suits, right? Of all the kings. He's the fair king. He is just, and he assesses the situation around him and continues to focus on love. He is balanced in head and heart. That is what Spirit is asking us to do. Get out of our head and into our heart. Is that Kylie Minogue? I just can't get you out of my head. So again, it feels, I'm going to say it feels a little lusty. I said it. I did. Yeah, willful blindness about this. So whatever was hidden in our moon, we're like, no, it's not. What moon? I don't have anything hiding there. My hands are tied. There's nothing I can do about this, Ange. Bolsheviks. So now we're deciding to, okay, so let's see. Yep. Queen of Swords, there's that discernment. Golly, that ear. You guys, so on this incoming energy here, we have a couple, and it's an air energy of King and Queen of Swords. Now, those two together, especially with the moon energy, someone wanting to see their heart, this can be just a never ending fight. You know what I mean? Because you get two intellectuals debating together, and it's like you're fighting. It's like right fighting is what I'm getting here. Golly, my ear. The energy is strong today, and we're releasing this burden. Okay. There's a celebratory energy of finally moving out of stagnation and reuniting our own trining energy, right? The symbols or the cards associated with that energy I was showing you: Four of Cups, Ten of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. This is like reaping what we've sowed. And the Four of Cups in the past, the bottom left-hand corner, look at this, shiz. Bottom left-hand corner, Four of Cups. Okay, we've got to clear this old energy. So what we've been hanging on to doesn't have to be something physical. This is a mental release, you guys. A mental release that is long overdue, that has been blocking our stairway to heaven. We can't get to the hermit unless we check out this mirror of what we've been hanging on to. We are looking at the ways in which, it goes this way: Two of Swords, Queen of Swords, Ten of Wands. We are looking at the ways that our own discernment, we've had a chance to put something to rest here and put these stone statues behind us. And this is getting in front of them now. She's standing in front of those old energies that, kind of filleted us, and to this day perhaps we're continuing to cause pain. And it's like finally surrendering and allowing ourselves to be carried out of the storm of life and being reintroduced back to our passions. I mean, the Gemini card does have two butterflies there, one blue and white winged, and that is about taking flight, taking off, this new beginning, looking at how we were purposely or willfully blind, thinking that we could not do anything. Oh, no, we knew. We just had to face that. How are we contributing to the pain that we continue to feel, right? That's by staying in this sadness, in the past. Guys, the future today is not in the past. The future is not in the past. The past is gone. Okay, that thrill is gone, and it's time to seek a new thrill. And I feel like it's celebratory. You can leave your hat on. Just play it for me, please, after we hang up here, because I want you to feel that's what this feels like. It feels a little ornery, and I love it. I love me some orneriness, and boy, cheese and rice. Look at this. Moving out of stagnation. So whoever this reading is for is in this Three of Swords energy here and being fueled by the Six of Swords, moving out of it. So Spirit's being very literal today, and I love it. There's another Two of Pentacles, and this is such an odd card. You're like, what in the what? We see our crane here, and there are two. Again, the dualistic. What is dead? The bones or the skeleton crane, and then the actual crane with the pentacle on top of it. The past is dead. There's no pentacles there. And this is what we have not been speaking about, because she doesn't even have a neck. So this is about using that throat chakra, opening up our heart in order to speak. And see how this kind of looks like that cauldron on the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is fueling this Two of Pentacles, not teeter-tottering back and forth between this and that, past wounds. And yes, I know I want new, but something's firing you up. Let me know if it's the song later. That's going to be my dare. That's going to be my challenge for you today. Please come back to the reading or back on the post later and let me know that you played the song. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You can leave your hat on. This is my Britney Spears card. Looks like she nude under there. She's not. She's covered. And look at this beautiful, it's like I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. The clouds have cleared. There's the clear skies. Coming up in the opportunity. So the moon is fueling the Empress energy of today, just like I talked about. I interpret the energy as I write. I'm a very tactile person, and the cards are just showing the story. Okay, so we're seeing how it's literally playing out here. I'm gonna slide these guys under here. So wow, I mean, that's quite the journey, isn't it? Allowing, throwing our hands up and allowing Jesus to take the wheel, kind of thing here. And it feels great. This is all about a new start, maybe even at that full moon in Libra. Libra energy here with the Queen of Swords as the outcome energy coming in. This can even be literal divorce or divorcing from our mind, right? What we were hiding in the dark, even from ourselves, what we did not want to move out of. Maybe even this kind of mess felt a little bit more comfortable. In the recent past here, we've gotten, look at that, there's the crane again. We have taken this old crane that we see here on the Two of Pentacles. We are kissing it goodbye. Never thought of this card in this way. And here is the stink of knowledge that is this winding around us, right? That was yesterday's energy, the serpent winding around the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies. And this wisdom is showing now the wisdom of the Three of Swords. We're turning pain into information and wisdom to move forward. Gorgeous. I want to give you guys a round of applause, whoever this reading is for, because the heart of the reading here, look at that. We were in a prison of our own minds, and that was a choice. We were keeping ourselves busy here with the Two of Pentacles. That's my spinning 10 different plates at the circus card. And when they all start crashing, right, when we just got too much to do, and finally, Spirit goes, that it's not a strategy. We are moving out of that busy bee, okay, out of busy bee, Gemini moon, into our more nurturing queen energy, all four queens of the Empress. I feel like a proud mama. It's like, again, I want to give you, look, oh my God. This snake energy is doubled up here. The knowledge, we're coming out of our cocoon, the butterflies I talked about in Gemini, and moving into Cancer energy, the energy of the doula, okay? Our nurturing selves, understanding that this is not nurturing. Whatever this old thing was, that's been long gone now, again, long gone. Old crane, bones crane, new crane, ready to take flight. And this is finally lifting our heads up from looking at the problem and looking straight ahead. And when we do, we see that the cocoon is going to open up here into our new birth. This is near future. We are about ready to fly and get our Empress wings. It's Britney-ish. Okay, I mean, look at her. And I think I've talked about before, I do have a belly dance outfit that we handmade with one of those body stockings, but it was all crystals. It was all like Swarovski, beautiful bling bling crystals. We had silver wings and this white chiffon flowing. They were so pretty. And look at the white chiffon here. We're getting ready to spin out of this old energy. It's like the aha moment where we look up and we go, oh, this is actually the map out. I can actually, and I'm not staying in the cocoon. I've got the knowledge that I need, and I'm hugging that skeleton, and I am making peace with this. Okay. Yesterday's energy, it's all about forgiveness. And it's not just a word. It's not just, a statement of forgiveness is for yourself, not for other people. That's not just lip service. It's so true. Taking a leap forward with our heart, evaluation, squaring or challenging our realization of faith. Okay. Evaluation, squaring. Nine of Swords is not an easy energy. That's literally where Gemini is today, and Jupiter and Gemini at 16 degrees 22 moves up to a 17, right? Rounds up. Nine of Swords energy. Our 17th lesson is coming to realize that our youthful emotions need some maturing towards wisdom. I can't make this stuff up, guys. It's here. It's literally what we're talking about, and it's beautiful. I'm not kidding. When whoever this is for, I mean, I feel like a proud mama. Like they're getting it. They're getting it. This is extremely exciting, as you can tell. Let me come over here. We're still at the top of the deck. All right. In the past, what the block was here in position 7, look at the beautiful creative energy around her, this gorgeous spider web. Okay, this is a card of enlightenment. This is the 180 of our 360 of the entire zodiacal wheel. This is pausing at that 180. We find enlightenment. We see something from a different perspective. And what are we seeing from a 180? Heartbreak. We're seeing the wisdom of that lesson, that it was here for us, not to slow our roll or mess with our mess with our life. This is for our growth. Okay. And whenever energy is on the board, doesn't matter if it's reversed or not, it's available. The energy is here. Again, this is not a drill. This is not a drill. This is really, truly here. So exciting. What spirit? Oh my God. Are you seeing this? On the same side of the board. I get excited when I got Emperor on one side, Empress on the other side, you guys. Are you seeing what we're putting down here? I mean, what Spirit wants you to know is take the lead and look at these reds. We're not teeter-tottering. We are turning that gumdrop, whatever that is, and pulling our heads up out of our, of this pain of the past, and going, I don't have to live like that. I'm turning this heartbreak, right? Again, it was our map of the way out, was this leadership. We are meant to have that. Our soul arranged with that other soul to bring that lesson to us, even if it was in a way that was cruel. We talked yesterday about how can we step into that forgiveness energy by understanding that they took that energetic hit for us this lifetime so that we could step into our power. Okay, this is a beautiful yin and yang here. This is yin and yang. And what is fueling the emperor is his freaking heart. Amongst all the Bolsheviks, everything that is blown up for us. We had our tower here yesterday. I'm usually about a day ahead of the energy. I can't remember seeing a more beautiful, beautiful spread. So what is ending here in the near future when we come out of this cocoon? Yeah, we exhausted. It's been a hot minute. It's been a long Nine of Wands haul. I mean, and look at, do you hear that emergency outside? That's not an accident. This is a 911 emergency. And actually 911 in the angel book is about spiritual enlightenment. What I'm talking about here, where this is bookending. Okay, this is how we flip this energy. This is showing me walking away. The patterns are behind her. Okay, instead of turning around and taking one more cycle. Last Dance with Mary Jane just came in. Taking time. I don't know put in the lyrics for me of that you think would resonate though, because I don't. Last Dance with Mary Jane. I don't know why that's coming in. Something, one more time to kill the pain. Is that right? Help me out there. We're not doing a Last Dance with Mary Jane, guys. We're stepping into our power. This is this month. This is now. This is what Spirit wants us to know. No more dilly-dallying. This was fun to do. Okay, it's fun. I don't care what anybody says. Sometimes it's fun to wallow. We want to be in our feels of, I feel sorry for me. We've all done it. Self included. I don't talk about I'm not, it's no pointing fingers. I'm not going to talk about it if I haven't been through it. When do y'all hear me pause this much? What pattern are we walking away from? I don't know what's going on. I know I'm at a crossroads, but there's nothing I can do about it. We're looking at why we're making that excuse of willful blindness. There's nothing I can do. Not true. And we are it's like we're seeing our own BS. And why we haven't seen this 180 yet is because we were wallowing in this. We refuse to see the love around us, to be grateful for what we have and shift our energy. If we change our thoughts, we change our vibration and we change our frequency that we emit out. Crown chakra. This is a change of our crown chakra of what we emit. 99 problems much, but what ain't one? Walking away from this is the key. Discernment. Going, yep, that's what I was doing. I have to step in front of the stone statues and put those in the past. Moving out of stagnation. Do you see this flow? Do you see the cards that were on the table? I don't get freaked out, easily. I'll just say that. And then it's not a freak out. Again, it's like sheer excitement. 999. What 9 is missing? Cups, Wands, Swords, Pentacles. These are the past. We're stepping out of 9 of Swords, 9 of Wands, the prison of our mind, into our power. Enlightenment comes with it. And then we are unlocking our solar plexus energy that I was talking about here. See that yellow? This is where your solar plexus is. We talked about it yesterday. I made you take your fingers and put them in, find your rib cage, and then move your fingers toward each other, and then inflate and deflate. That's how we're born, knowing how to breathe. If you find that your chest is rising and falling, that is a sign of stress. That is not how we're meant to breathe. We're not meant to be mouth breathers. Okay, we're not meant to be taking that short breath in our mouth. And then if I go through my diaphragm, through my solar plexus, do that once for me. Immediate calm. We're accessing the full oxygen stores of our lungs. We're allowing a full experience of life to come in simply because this is Libra full moon, you guys. It's on the 12th. We are no longer able to stand our own stagnancy and wallowing. We're repairing the veil. We're forgiving. We're releasing and letting go so we can cross to the other side. David Gray. See you on the other side. Will somebody note other side in the comments, David Gray, and I'll put it on my notes later. I feel like that's important, but again, I'm not remembering all of the lyrics to that. See you on the other side. The 10, the 9s moving to 10, progression, balancing, King of Cups, balancing our lover's energy, body, mind, and spirit on one side of the scale, body, mind, and spirit on the other side, our creativity, Ace of Wands, fueling this, no more dilly-dallying. We are discovering the importance and joy just about life. It is not this. This is what we're moving out of. Ooh, Jonna, Libra ascendant. That means you got Aries in your 7th house of one-to-one relationships. I mean, here you go, babe. Guys, where is Aries in your chart? Let me know where that 9 degrees solar eclipse hit, because the 99s, the 9 of that solar eclipse, that's a karmic purge, right? It's like, it's free will, discovering we have that free will, the realization of our faith that life is about moving towards our desires so that we can fill our hearts with that. And we do have Mercury retrograding, moving back through a fertile garden under the full moon. The heart of this 9 of Swords, we look up and we see the light all along was showing us the map of how to get out of this. This was quite the maze. Look at that. I look at the X's, okay? How we can fall back into this 9 of Swords is by not contributing or not seeing the enlightenment aspect and just putting ourselves in that tree of life for non-action reasons, because we're just like, it's going to repeat another cycle. Okay. The reverse of this would be not getting the enlightenment that was meant to be taught to us from this heartbreak. Okay. We weren't meant to busy ourselves to a point of, I think, didn't Liz say that? Liz, didn't you say that yesterday too, about, it's a way, it's a coping mechanism to not face whatever this was. When we are constantly running after the plate that we left to get to the next plate, to get to the next plate, once those plates start crashing, we have no choice but to take some plates off of those little spinning sticks. Because this whole life, if we go through all the Sabian lessons, 360 of them, this is the third one from the end, fulfilling our desire. And as we move backwards, we have today Pisces and Venus, as well as Pisces and Mercury. We are constrained. We are forced to see our lives as the fulfillment of our desire. Love, self-love, not sticking or staying stuck in the past, not staying stuck in grief. It is, it's a very real emotion there. It's a cycle. It does not go in order. We ping around there. But finally, one day, I promise that the pain of staying in that one more freaking time becomes worse than I got to grow my wings and fly into something new, even though that scares the bejesus out of me, because I don't know what new is. I don't know that life. I only know how to see things from staying connected to the ground and crawling along. Now we're flying. See you on the other side. Even if you don't love me anymore, it's about forgiveness. That was part of our destiny. We agreed with that soul, because otherwise, if the test wasn't hard, what good? It's not a test. Can we test ourselves with forgiving the unforgivable and understanding why that happened for us, what it was supposed to show us, even if they left a freaking mess behind, guys? That's generally how that happens, right? So we can recalibrate, we can rebalance, we can find the joy again. And look where Mars is. There's our confirmation if you can't hear those sirens. The bottom point of Cancer, the Four of Cups, where Mars is in that Cancer energy, it does not love being in Cancer. It's in its detriment, right? It's like the actions are being watered down or stopped by the emotions of it. And we have dark shadow or mantle thrown suddenly over the right shoulder. We are letting go of this finally. Okay, whether it was, I talked earlier in the week, it was feeling, I think it was Saturday or Sunday, that martyr energy of, well, I just got to stay because who else is going to do it? We all watched our families, generations of I have tos. We are breaking that cycle. Feeling the mysteries, so all of the synchronicities as a rush of spiritual empowerment. We're getting ready to, we've only got 5 more degrees of Mars. This whole theme from 21 to 25 has been about centering so that we can come here. This is the opportunities to surrender to this lesson finally of that heartbreak. Otherwise, it would have never got our attention. Okay, especially those of us who are a little on the stubborn side, right? I always argue that, well, I've got a Leo ascendant. So if I'm learning how to Leo this lifetime, then I'm learning how to be a little more stubborn in that fixed energy. I almost don't want to pull this third energy of the 10 of Wands. It could just be what are we finally sitting down by looking in that mirror so we can get to that hermit energy. We saw that yesterday, our Led Zeppelin 4 of the Stairway to Heaven. And I think it was also Sunday, whatever Hierophant day it was. Look at that, 1010. 1010 portal after 99. Release and forgive. 54, 45, 99. In my notes, the square, 27 degrees, 27 minutes is 99. Outcome, oracles. It's literally what this is. The tens adding up to a 1 for the aces of potential. Our 10 of wands moving into our ace of wands. That is fueling our creativity. Okay, our little spiciness. You can leave your hat on, getting our Britney vibes and reinventing ourselves, taking hold of our own life, no longer allowing those past energies. I mean, did you guys watch that whole documentary on, she's a grown-ass woman with children and her parents still have the right to all of her money, and not only that, but every decision that she makes, you have to run through your parents as a grown-ass woman? No, you got to fight. You got to fight for your right to party. I mean, this is, look, in this card, she is stepping out of this old antiquated way, this old life, and she is moving into a whole new one. She sees that all of these wishing dandelions are there for her to put her wishes out into the ethers, turning into an ace of pentacles, the 3D reality, the gift of time, money, energy, resources, talents, okay, assets. This is crazy, you guys. What are we setting down for new growth? This 1800s, you know, this may even be ancestral patterns. I don't know if you've been manifesting and releasing. That's definitely been something that's part of my meditation, is thanking the archangels for helping me raise my personal vibration, and by doing so, breaking ancestral patterns that no longer belong to me, those lessons that have been learned about staying inside an old way, staying buttoned up. So baby, take off your coat real slow. You can stay back here if you want to. It's choice, but the energy is here to fuel you forward. If we can get out of our head and into our heart, no matter this devastation, we grow up and we take ownership of, I've just been keeping myself busy so I didn't have to face this. And that is not surrender, right? Opportunity is to surrender. Our near future, we are coming out of this lesson. Scorpio just moved in, or Lilith just moved into Scorpio for 9 months. Talk about spicy. Where you're leaving, I promise, is nothing like where you're stepping into. I'll see you on the other side. Wow. Let me know if you're feeling that emotion, guys. Yikes. You know, I go deep. This is, I mean, God love you for anybody that, you know, I get, we, you know, sometimes quickies are fun and they satisfy the need. But when we want to go for a deep dive, it's my job to unpack this storyline. And that's what I feel like I'm good at. And I appreciate that you going with me on the journey and allowing me to let the story unfold, because, you know, this day and age, not a lot of people have the patience to do that. And I understand. But I'm here for the people who want to go deeper and want to dive into the feelings of this. This is literally Scorpio's house, right? Diving into those secrets, diving into those shadows. It's the house of sex. And another 10. Our own balance. This is powerful, you guys. This one. Whatever swan has sung its song, we're stepping forward into the full light of the moon, into our truth. I can't, well, here, I can do that. Who is that? It's the policy of truth. It's 22, the Bard of Truth. Let me give her a little top. I mean, you just can't make this up. This might be attached to these old wounds. Look at that, the snakes, you guys. Yesterday, I've got to get that card from yesterday back out. A serpent coiling near a man and a woman, recognizing the sacredness of relationship, even if you don't love me anymore. That repairs the veil. Us balancing our energy sends out a frequency to your home, your animals. Those people that come in contact with you are also raised by your frequency. Then we have this exponential, one healed heart at a time. People are waking up, and you're part of this. This is called the Devouring Mother. It's a 27, another 9. We have this songstress, 22, 9, and 11. So let's see what this Bard of Truth is all about here with the woman in total control of herself deck. Again, the 22 of where we are sitting, Chiron the healer, relationships, equal energy, the 1111 that makes up a 22. And here's our 22. Man, I can't even believe I'm putting this stuff on the table, you guys. I'm so happy to see this change. I feel the shift. I feel y'all's shift. It's gorgeous. Okay, so this book, you guys, I mean, everything's in full color. It's gorgeous. Let's bring this, guys, here. Okay. Self-deprecation, deep modesty, self-doubt. These are the results of living in fear of judgment, caged in a system that judges women for speaking out and standing true. I just talked in an email last night to one of y'all, I keep privacy, but about, again, that energy of the dove flying out of the cage, peace being found. It's Paul Laurence Dunbar's comparison of the sympathy poem. He was a Cancer, June 27th, 1872, a whole ass 100 years later than 1972, which was the release of You Can Leave Your Hat On, in comparison to Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. Part of the reading. Caged in a system that judges us for speaking out and standing true. So especially male or female, this is, we have whole generations of men being called the P word, row, speaking of row, for feelings, for sharing their feelings, for expressing emotion, even if they were little kids, punished for feeling. Don't be a sissy. That, you know how damaging that is to masculine's energy? Our lives are not our own as long as we fear being transparent. When we allow ourselves to shrink with fear of being judged or shamed for speaking up, standing up or standing out from the status quo. We have lost the very essence of what makes us feel most alive, our authenticity. Our authenticity is our practical magic, not this. Our truth is key to our resilience, our radiance, our confidence. It is connected to our grace, like the swan, and also to our heart's music. So there we go, Miss Car Girl, right? And thank you to all of you who also don't mind, 5 million songs coming into the reading as they come up. Like a sweet melody, it is a prime recovery tool when sad, overwhelmed, anxious, or depressed. Music is my number one go-to to change my vibration. It's our greatest asset in maintaining our vibe and attracting our tribe. Without it, we feel cut off from joy and wonder and our sense of connection. Speak up, speak out, and speak true. That old way is not the way. We don't have to take over for the person that broke our heart, or if your upbringing broke your heart. We don't need to take over and continue that mental anguish and become our own bully. This is y'all turning the pain into wisdom, and I am so happy to see it. I can't even tell you how good it feels as a reader. Not that it gets trying or not frustrating even. It's like sad when we see energies it's like, oh, there we go. This is okay. I can see we're going for another round of the same. This is not that. We're not going for another round of the same, guys. You're not. Wow. Let's get advice, Aries through Pisces. This is for you all. If you want to pick up your chart, you know where your Aries starts. So for example, Libra rising, you said, that would mean your Aries would start at your 7th house. So that's going to be your first card out here and relative to that life area. Aries through Pisces. 3, 2, 1. All right, Aries. Strengthen your gifts. Aries energy, what spirit wants us to know. Step into that. Empress, get this enlightenment going. Taurus, claim your art. Love that. If you didn't catch that at the beginning of the reading. Gemini, reach for the stars. Reach for the stars. Cancer, be decisive. It's a decision. Leo energy, face your adversities. Virgo, correct your mistakes. Libra, reevaluate your priorities. King and Queen of Swords, not willfully blind. Setting down the burden. Libra full moon. Scorpio, laugh at your demons. Sagittarius, reassessment. Capricorn, thinking things through. Aquarius, rejuvenate. Zhuzh it up. And Pisces, oh my gosh, go for your dreams, fulfilling our desire. Just wow. Just wow. Thank you again so much, guys. This is crazy. You have Chiron and Aries. Yep. Most, if you have birthdays in general, you can look at, I believe it's like 1968 to 1977. If you're around 68 to 77, there may be a cutoff there, and you might be the sign before or after. But in general, if you have your Chiron and Aries, there's a whole generation of us doing that. And that one is, let's see, a woman in pastels carrying a heavy and valuable but veiled load. And the meaning I wrote down on that card, it's under the plastic, but I've showed it to you before. I wrote down 10 of Wands vibes. It's what we're healing, setting down that burden. It's about evolving a creative assertiveness towards fulfillment, towards furtherment of potentials. To get into a new potential, we have to leave that antiquated way. And then we grab our ace. Let's go. Round of applause. If this is your reading, I mean, this is amazing. This is a lot of y'all. This is the collective energy, okay? I've been seeing a lot of returning to those old cycles, and now I see the shift. I feel it. I feel the ahas. I feel that's a wrap in Aries of that one-to-one relationship big time lesson from July of 23 all the way through to January of 25. And the people people in the back, right? Loud enough for the people in the back. Here's this next wave of y'all, if this is relevant for you, moving forward. And it's just beautiful. From my heart, I am full of pride for you about this. This was not easy, and I love you for it. Wow. Let's see, 6 o'clock tonight. I know the new table, John, I'm going to post the picture because I was looking at it. I'm like, it's the motherboard. And if anybody, have you guys ever watched Arrested Development? Binge watched that for the first time. I'm like, how have I missed this all these years? And as I was like, it's the motherboard. So the youngest brother that they still treat like a baby, if you're unfamiliar, I think he's in his 40s. And every year he's such a mama's boy. And they would go to the mother-son ball. And it was the mother boy ball. So instead of motherboard, I was like, it's my motherboard. And it's like in the tone of, if you're familiar with the show, how he would talk about, yes, mother, like it was just a weird relationship. But anyway, yes, it's my motherboard. And you'll get to see a picture of that on my community post later. All right, guys, I will see you at 6 o'clock tonight. Don't forget at 5 o'clock to have a look at the subscriber art spotlight at 5 p.m. And then I will see you all live at 6 p.m. and come with your questions handy. I love you so much. Thank you too. Oh, you're so welcome. Peggy, Aries is your 10th house. Me too. It's split though. I'm at 15 degrees there in the MC. If you know what your MC is 0 degrees, isn't it? Because I was talking about that the other day. I'm 0 from 9 to 3 and you were 0 from noon to 6. So it's weird, that juxtaposition, right? So that would be Chiron in your 10th house, and your sun is shining, moving out of stagnation, right? Your sun, in Aries is in that 10th house as well. Not your sun, but the sun is really going to be highlighting that 10th house of career and social platforms, being seen, right? Being seen. Oh, wow. I mean, guys, this reading, I don't even want to take it off my table, but I'm glad we pulled it today. Then that way tonight, we're going to go into all signs, and I'm going to go into personal cards for y'all. I digress. Okay. Thank you again, too. You're so welcome. Absolutely. And I'll see you guys later on for that live. Come with your questions, Kay. Love you. Bye.